Voice of Change News.
This is Voice of Change Radio News. I'm Amanda Kumalo. A quick look at stories making the headlines. Second Republic delivers most of its promises. In business news, historic moment for Binga's core project. In regional and international news, China pledges military support. In sports news, Bosso mean business, Brito humble with 17-match unbeaten run. The news in detail. President Mnangagwa yesterday said that the Second Republic has fulfilled the bulk of its promises despite the odds, and assured the nation that the rehabilitation of the Bulawayo-Nkai Road and the Bulawayo-Cholocho Road, among others, remain a priority under the renewed infrastructure development drive in Matebeleland North. Developing a sound road infrastructure is one of the critical enablers towards achieving set targets under the National Development Strategy (NDS1), the government's 5-year economic master plan, which spans from 2021 through to 2025. Under the Second Republic led by President Mnangagwa, the government is scaling up the rehabilitation of major roads across the country, and Nkai Road is one of them, and is being allocated significant amounts of money to speed progress under the 2023 national budget. Meanwhile, President Mnangagwa has said Zanu PF will romp to victory in the August 23 harmonized elections, riding on a crest of tangibles and deliverables and no meaningful opposition. Addressing scores of Zimbabwean students who congregated at a hotel in St. Petersburg, Russia, to share their experiences with him, the president said his administration was harnessing the country's resources to empower its citizens, particularly students, through the solution-based Education 5.0 model. He said despite the hateful economic sanctions imposed on the country as punishment for the land reform program, Zimbabwe is thriving, putting to shame detractors and their sponsored opposition parties. Already, Zanu PF has 3 seats in Bulawayo after 12 CCC candidates were found to have filed their nomination papers after the stipulated 4 p.m. deadline on June 21, when the nomination court set. The Revolutionary Party has also bagged 93 council wards after the blundering CCC either failed to field a candidate or could not pay for the candidates. Moving on to business news. It will be a historic moment for Binga district today as President Mnangagwa is set to officially commission the new Muchesu coal mine project, a game-changing investment being undertaken by a British investor, Contanco Holdings, which is expected to create massive job opportunities for locals. A strategic core asset in Southern Africa with over 2.6 billion tons of coking and thermal coal, the Muchesu core investment comes at a time when the government under the Second Republic is taking deliberate steps to develop Binga in line with the devolution agenda, which aims to ensure inclusive development across the country. President Mnangagwa would lead the official commissioning of the project, which amplifies the broader transformation of Binga and the entire Matebeleland North province in line with the philosophy of ensuring that no one and no place is left behind in terms of development. In news beyond our borders, China is committed to supporting Zimbabwe's military as the friendship between the People's Liberation Army and Zimbabwe Defense Forces continues to deepen. Defense Attaché of the Chinese Embassy, Senior Colonel Yonglong Zhu, has said. Speaking at the 96th anniversary of the founding of the People's Liberation Army held in Harare, Colonel Yonglong said China's armed forces were promoting international cooperation and striving for a better world of peace and common security. The traditional friendship between the People's Liberation Army and Zimbabwe Defense Forces was fostered by the founding fathers of the two countries in the 1960s and has always been cherished and constantly promoted by the two sides over the past decades, he said. Finally, in sports news, Giants Highlanders brought down the curtain on the first half of the season with a massive win over Ngezi Platinum Stars at Baobab yesterday to open a 7-point lead at the top of the Castle Lager Premiership race. Bosso forward Lino Chiku scored a brilliant left-footer in the 69th minute to ensure the Baltimore Brito's men grabbed a 6th straight win and crucially ended the first half of the campaign unbeaten. The Bulawayo Giants lived up to their billing as one of the top favorites this season, much to the delight of their Portuguese gaffer. That brings us to the end of this bulletin.
Voice of Change News.